Chloe Bibby's story begins in the rolling landscapes of Warwick-Nabil, a small town in the state of Victoria, Australia. Growing up in such a place, she was far removed from the glitz and noise of the big sporting arenas that dominate much of the world's attention. Warwick-Nabil is not the sort of town that immediately makes you think of future basketball stars, but it was here that the foundation of Chloe's resilience, determination, and love for the game was formed. Raised in a supportive family environment, she was taught the values of hard work, humility, and commitment. Her parents instilled in her the belief that no matter how small the place you come from, your dreams don't have to be limited by geography. That lesson would become a driving force in her life as she chased basketball dreams that carried her across oceans. As a child, Chloe was athletic and energetic, drawn to sports of all kinds. In Australia, basketball is popular, but it doesn't dominate in the way it does in the United States. Yet Chloe found herself enamored with the rhythm of the game, the speed, the strategy, the teamwork. She spent countless hours on the court, often outlasting others her age, practicing jump shots, layups, and defensive slides until they felt second nature. The local courts became her sanctuary, a place where she could express herself freely, and soon enough, she began to stand out from her peers. Tall, skilled, and relentless, she quickly became one of the most promising young talents in the region. Her rise in Australian youth basketball didn't happen overnight. Chloe understood that to stand out in a country with fewer pathways than the United States, she had to work even harder. She represented her state of Victoria in national competitions and showcased an impressive mix of size and shooting ability that immediately made coaches take notice. Her ability to stretch the floor as a forward was rare, and combined with her strong fundamentals, it was clear she had the potential to play at the highest levels. By the time she was a teenager, her dream of taking her talents overseas was no longer far-fetched. It was a plan she was determined to make real. That determination carried her across the Pacific Ocean to the United States, where she committed to play college basketball at Mississippi State University. For a young girl from Warwick-Nabil, this was a seismic leap. Moving halfway around the world meant leaving behind family, friends, and the familiar comforts of home. It meant immersing herself in a new culture, new expectations, and the unforgiving grind of college basketball at one of the sport's most competitive levels. But Chloe embraced it all. She understood that growth only comes through challenge, and in Starkville, Mississippi, she found herself surrounded by teammates and coaches who demanded excellence. At Mississippi State, Chloe quickly made an impact. She was part of a program that was consistently in contention for national prominence. Playing in the SEC, one of the toughest conferences in women's college basketball, tested her every night. The competition was fierce, the crowds were larger than anything she had ever experienced in Australia, and the expectations were sky-high. Yet she thrived in that environment, learning how to elevate her game under pressure and finding ways to contribute on both ends of the court. What stood out most was her ability to knock down shots from the perimeter as a forward, a skill that made her invaluable in the modern game. But as with many great athletes, Chloe's journey was not without setbacks. During her time at Mississippi State, she suffered a devastating knee injury that forced her to miss significant playing time. For an athlete, especially one in the middle of her collegiate career, such an injury can feel like the end of the world. There are the physical challenges of recovery, but often even more daunting are the mental battles. The doubt, the fear of not returning to the same level, the frustration of watching from the sidelines while teammates battle on the court. For Chloe, this was one of the defining chapters of her career. Instead of allowing the injury to derail her, she used it as fuel. She committed herself to rehab with the same intensity she had always brought to the game, and slowly but surely, she made her way back. When she returned to the court, she wasn't just the same player. She was stronger, smarter, and more determined. Injuries often change athletes, not just in terms of their physical play but in their perspective. For Chloe, the setback deepened her appreciation for the game and sharpened her sense of resilience. She became not just a player who could score or defend, but a leader who embodied toughness and perseverance. Her teammates looked to her as an example of what it meant to fight through adversity and still find ways to thrive. Eventually, Chloe made another bold decision in her career, transferring to the University of Maryland. In College Park, she continued to flourish, bringing veteran leadership to a program that demanded excellence. At Maryland, Chloe's shooting, versatility, and experience were invaluable assets. She embraced her role fully, providing not only points on the board but also the kind of leadership and composure that young teams need to succeed. Her time at Maryland solidified her reputation as a player who could adapt, overcome, and deliver in any situation. What made Chloe's story resonate so deeply with fans and teammates alike wasn't just her on-court production. It was her unwavering positivity, her commitment to her team, and her ability to inspire others. She knew that basketball wasn't just about personal stats or accolades, it was about community, about lifting up those around you, and about leaving the game better than you found it. From Australia to Mississippi to Maryland, Chloe left behind a legacy of work ethic, resilience, and leadership. Her journey also highlights the growing global nature of basketball. Chloe Bibby is part of a generation of Australian players who have made significant impacts in the United States and beyond, helping to bridge the gap between basketball cultures across continents. In doing so, she represents not only herself but also the countless young athletes in Australia who dream of making it on the world stage. Her success proves that with enough hard work, belief, and courage, those dreams are possible, no matter where you come from. As her career has progressed into the professional ranks, Chloe has continued to demonstrate that same drive and resilience. Whether playing in the WNBA, overseas, or representing her country, she has carried with her the lessons learned along the way. The injuries, the long flights between continents, the pressure-packed moments on the court, all of it has shaped her into a complete player and, more importantly, a complete person. She stands today not only as a skilled forward but as a role model for young girls who see in her the proof that dedication can take you anywhere. Beyond the numbers and the highlights, Chloe Bibby's legacy lies in the way she has embraced every challenge, adapted to every new environment, and never lost sight of the values instilled in her back home in Warwick-Noble. Her story is one of resilience, ambition, and pride. It reminds us that greatness doesn't always come from the most obvious places. Sometimes it begins in small towns, in quiet gyms, with young girls who dare to believe that their dreams can stretch across oceans. And for Chloe, the journey is far from over. Every time she steps on the court, she carries with her not only the lessons of her past but also the promise of what is still to come. Her career continues to evolve, and with each chapter, she adds another layer to a story already rich with inspiration. From Warwick-Noble to college basketball powerhouses, from injury to recovery, from student athlete to professional leader, Chloe Bibby embodies the spirit of perseverance and the boundless potential of those who refuse to give up. As fans, we are privileged to witness her journey, to watch her growth, and to celebrate the person and player she has become. Her name may not yet be etched in the same lights as the biggest global icons, but her story carries the same power, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the limitless reach of ambition. Thank you for watching and for joining us in celebrating the incredible journey of Chloe Bibby. If her story inspired you, touched you, or reminded you of the power of resilience, we'd love for you to share your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below about what Chloe's story means to you, and subscribe so you never miss more powerful journeys like this one.